my YouTube friends, it seems like we've been waiting forever for Prism Live Studio on the Mac, but the wait is finally over. That's right, Prism Live Studio is now available on Mac, and I'm so excited to show it to you today. And there is a feature here that's gonna shock you that I found near the end. So stick around till then, you don't wanna miss it. So you know what? Let's get to it! Like all things Mac, this is pretty easy to install. There are links in the description so you can download it and follow along. That is the best way to learn. So let's install it. So here we are on the page, and if we go to the Prism lens, you can see that it's not quite finished yet. It will be coming very soon. But if we go ahead and hit the download for Prism Live Studio, we can see it's right here. So I'm just going to click on here, and it's going to automatically download, as we can see right here. And you can see the size, 268 megabytes, not very large. So once it's downloaded on your system, you just want to go into your downloads section and you'll see it right there. And we can just go ahead and double click it. And all we have to do is drag Prism Live Studio app into our applications, just like that. And then it will take a moment, copy it over there and install it. Once it's installed, all you have to do is go ahead and go to your applications. And we're going to scroll down and find Prism Live Studio right here. And we can just double click on that and it will launch for us. We're going to go ahead and click open. Now we have to pick the actual location that we want to live stream to. I'm going to live stream to YouTube, so I'm going to select Google. And then I'm going to select my account. And then we're going to want to go ahead and click OK for access to our microphone. And I'm going to click close. And the first thing I always do on any of these is we're going to go into settings. And I'm going to go first to audio. And where it says default, we're going to go ahead and disable these. I want to select my inputs. I don't want them to do it. And I'm going to apply that. And then I'm going to go into general and scroll all the way to the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and just select text right here, which will turn this from a video into a text, make it a lot easier for your machine to handle. Then we're going to go into video and we're going to go ahead and make sure that these both match. So we're going to do 1920 by 1080, and there we go. And click apply and OK. And then I'm just going to go ahead and select YouTube up here, sign into the account again so it has permission to actually stream to my YouTube channel. And then you'll notice when we go back in here and we go to our output, it has all of the information up here. We want to change our output mode to advanced and just get a quick look at how this is set up. So we're using the encoder for X264, but maybe we want to use the Apple encoder. So there we go, rate control, and we want to do 6,000 kilobits per second. And there we go. Our keyframe interval should be just fine. So now we're all set. We're just going to click apply and OK. And we have the chat open over here. Go ahead and close that. And currently we are in studio mode, and we can go ahead and close that as well. We're fully installed, set up, and ready to go. So all we have to do is set up our stream. Now let me show you how to set it all up and use it. So if you've never used Prism before, it is very simple, but I want to get you started as fast as possible. So if you have an OBS profile set up, you can actually go ahead and import it. So I'm going to go right here, and I have an OBS scene collection set up right here. And what I'm going to go and do is go to scene collection and export, and we're going to go ahead and allow the folder stuff. And we'll just call this one tutorial. And I'm just going to select where I want to save this. So we'll go ahead and just save this in our downloads, and boom, it opens for us. Now you might get this come up and tell you that there's a file missing or something like that. What you can do is go and search for the file and link it up here if you want. In my case, I know this file is now gone, so I'm not going to be able to link it, so I'm just going to cancel. We have my main scene right here, our countdown and our main scene. We have handheld, which I'll show you guys how to set that up in a little bit if you want a handheld camera. And then I have my featured chat and my chat in here and some alerts. So it's all set and ready to go. If you've used OBS in the past and you want to transfer your files over, now you can. However, I only showed this for those folks who want to do that. If you've never actually used OBS or anything on your Mac before and you want to create a new profile, well, let me show you how we're going to do that. First, we're going to go up here into Scene Collection and we're going to click New. Now we need to name our scene collection and click OK. And boom, we have a blank one. Now you can see down here, we have devices in here again. So I'm just going to go and click here. We're going to go into audio and I'm going to change these from default to disabled because I want to select my own audio. And there we go. Now we're all set. We have scene 1 and I'm going to go ahead and right click and rename that. We're going to call it main. Then I'm going to go over here into sources, click the plus. We're going to go to video capture device and click OK. I'm just going to leave it at video capture device, click OK. And you can see my cam link is the first thing that shows up. But if you have a face cam on your machine, you can select that. You can see I do. So you can always use that. And then you can set the preset for exactly how you want it to come in this case 1920 by 1080. And it has audio device thing here. It's just lip service. It doesn't actually do anything. Just like OBS on Mac, you're going to have to add your audio device in separately. So I'm just going to go ahead and click OK and then click the plus here and I'm going to go to audio input capture. Click OK. We're going to use just the audio input capture name. That'll work just fine for our case. I'm going to select the cam link, click OK, and now we have a microphone. We have a basic scene. We're ready to go. This manipulates just like this, so I can move it around. If I wanted to crop it up just a little bit, we can do that. And there we go. So now we have the exact cropping on the scene that we want, or pretty close to it. It works basically the same way. If I go ahead and right click and I go to preview and I go to preview scaling, I can select canvas size. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to use some of the other amazing features. So if we wanted to add chat in here, we don't have to put in any plugins or anything like that. We can just go in here and go to Prism Chat and we can click OK and it's built right in. We just select the style of the chat that we want. We can select the font size. We click OK and there is our chat. We just put it where we want it and there we go. If we wanted to have the background on this chat, well, that's pretty easy. We can actually right click and we can go into properties and select a different style that has a background to it or something like that if we wanted to, something like that. But what we can also do is we can click the plus and we can go over here and we can select a color source. And in this case, we're just going to go and click OK. And we can select a color. We're going to go with a black. Let's go with like a grayish black and click OK and then OK. And then what I'm going to do is go over here to the left hand side. I'm going to hold down the options key and we're going to just crop this up. And then all I have to do is go ahead and put that color source under my Prism Chat. And now we have a background for it. You can actually change the way that looks by going into our color source right here and going into the blending mode, and we can add, subtract, do all that kind of stuff. So it has all the same blend modes that OBS has. So if we wanted to, we could go into blend mode and we can lighten it up, and there we go. We can darken it up because obviously if we wanted the background there, then lighten just kind of removes it. So we can darken it up like that where you can see a little bit of the background through it. Looks pretty cool. Or you could just choose not to use any blend mode at all, of course. It really depends on what you want. So now that I have the chat over there, I can move me over here like this if I want. We can place it wherever our heart desires. And let's say we wanted to add a viewer count widget. So we just go in here, we select our viewer count widget, we click OK, and we click OK. And now we can add a viewer count to our screen. And I really do like this one, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. And if you are using YouTube and Twitch and other things, because of course you can multi-stream from this right out of the box, all you have to do if you want to add another stream is go up here and go ahead and add channels. And so you can do YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, and you can stream to all of them. And when you put in your viewer count, the viewer count for each one of those platforms is going to be listed up here. And then when you have viewers in here, it's going to show you how many YouTube viewers you have, how many Twitch viewers you have. Those will all be listed there. And of course, this guy's does a little dance. It's really fun. I like it. So now we have a viewer count, and we have that. We can add other accents to our screen that are built right in Prism Mobile. So we can click the plus, and we can add a music playlist, but the audio visualizer is something really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and click the plus, and we're going to click OK. And so you can see what the audio visualizer looks like, and we're going to select the audio we want to capture. In this case, we only have one, the audio input capture. So we're going to use that, and you have different ways that you could select this, and then you can go into the filters or the detailed settings and change the way that you want this to look, all the different settings. You can change the bounce speed, all kinds of really cool stuff. I'm just illustrating the things that are possible, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it the way it is. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and just embiggen this, and we'll bring it down here to the bottom so it's kind of sticking out there. And you can see now we have a little bit of a thing going on. Adds a little more movement to our live stream that you can use in all kinds of really cool and interesting ways. So that's just the basic setup for your scene. Next, maybe we want to add some text, and the text tools are really incredible here. We're going to click the plus, and we're going to go to the text typeface. But that is just the same sort of text that you're going to get in OBS. There's no difference. And we can do so much more in Prism Live Studio. So we're not even going to do that. We're going to go ahead and delete that. And we're going to use the text tools that are provided by Prism Live Studio. So we're going to go up here to our text templates, and we're going to click OK. Next, we're going to just click OK here and look at all of the text stuff that we can add. So we've got titles, we've got screensavers where you can actually create a full scene just using this. We've got social media bumpers, we have captions, which is a lower third, and then we have stickers. And all of these different things work in very cool ways. So let's go ahead and cancel out of that, and we're going to remove our text template. And what we're going to do is we're going to create an intro scene. So we'll just click the plus, and we'll type intro, and we'll go ahead and click OK. What I'm going to do is go to plus, and we're going to go to text template and click OK. And we'll go ahead and just click OK on there. And if we go to screensavers, we can click on any one of these things and see that we get some screens with some text. And there we go. So what I'm going to do is, you can see we've got text up here that we can change. So I'm just going to put starting. Below that, I'm going to put in soon. And there we go. Now I can just click OK. And you can see that we have that. All we have to do if we wanted to is just add some audio to it. You can do that by clicking the plus, and then you just go to media source and click OK. And then you can just go and find the source of your audio on here, load it up. You can loop it, whatever you want, and that will load an audio source in here, so you have a audio source with some sound. So now we have two different scenes. We've got our coming soon intro scene, and we have our main scene. What if we wanted to put a transition in between these two? Well, we can do that. We can go ahead up here and click this button right here and select the transition that we want. And there is a cut and a fade already set up. But if we click the plus, we can go and select a Luma wipe. And what we're going to do is select the sort of Luma wipe that we want. In my case, I'm going to go with watercolor. It is definitely one of my favorites. You can preview what that looks like. And if I click OK, I can go back and forth between the two. You can see what that looks like, but I like to modify it just a little bit. So I'm going to add another 0 here. We're going to make it 3000 milliseconds. Click OK. Now when we go back and forth, there we go. Now we've got a nice little fade back and forth between our two scenes, and that's just epic. Now there is more you can do over here. So this right here turns on your virtual camera in case you want to export it to another application like Zoom or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. This right here is for the Prism lens, which we don't have just yet. So we're going to click OK on that. This right here is going to allow you to draw on screen. So over here you have different brushes that you can use and a stamper. And right here you can select exactly what you might want to draw shape-wise. So if we select this and we go over here, we can select the size of the drawing that we want and we can select the color. But just to show you, we can just draw directly on the scene. So let's make that a color that's more easily visible. Let's go ahead and embiggen it. And there we go. So now you can see what we got going on here. And we get white. So there's just so much that you can do with this. We can do arrows, and we'll just do an arrow like that, and like that, and there we go. And we can go and erase any of these things just by go ahead and selecting the erase button, and you click on them, and it will erase the whole entire drawing. Or you can just click the dumpster and it will delete everything. We've got this right here. Bloop. Look at that. So this right here is going to give you a look that's a little different, like that. And this is going to give you the darker look, like that. And this is going to be a slightly more faded look, like that. And you can use all of these different things, and maybe you draw something to illustrate a point. You don't want people to see it, but you don't want to remove any of it. You just click here and it will disappear. When you want to see it again, you can bring it up like this. You can delete all of the things that you want, or you can delete the whole thing. And if you want to go ahead and turn this off altogether, all you do is click over here. Next, we've got the Giphy stickers right here. And you can add any of these to your thing just by clicking on them. And you can see it automatically adds a Prism sticker right here. And you can make them visible or invisible. You can move them around and do whatever you want with these stickers. So you can make them a part of your stream in whatever cool way that you want. You can also just go right here and delete them. And you can actually access these stickers in here as well, with right here, Prism stickers and Giphy stickers. So Giphy stickers are next, and they are going to be right here. And these are just little animated stickers that you can click on and they show up. And you can resize these things, do whatever you want with them. Move them around on your scene. You can go ahead and click the eyeball to make them disappear. You can right click and delete them anytime that you want. It automatically adds these into your scene. So we're going to go ahead and click on those to turn them off. We're going to go ahead right here, and here's your music playlist where you can add music sources, and then you can set it up so that it will rotate and play musical stuff on your live stream. You want to definitely make sure that you're using music that is not going to get you copyright strikes. Now you can connect this to a remote control so that you can control your stream with your cell phone as well. I'm not going to talk about that here, but it is really, really awesome. Now if we go back over into our main scene, if we wanted to add a second camera and maybe the only other camera we have is our cell phone, well, we can just click the plus and we can go into our video capture device right here, click OK. And then click OK, and what we can do is drop this down, and you're going to see something really cool here. If you have an iPhone, it's going to say iPhone camera. I can click on that, and because we're on Mac and that stuff is already set up, well, bada bing. All I have to do is pick up the iPhone that was sitting right next to me, and it's already connected. I click OK, and obviously if you're using this for your stream, you're going to want to have a tripod or something. But there you go. And just so you can see, there you go. I mean, it really, seriously, it's not going to get any easier than that to use your cell phone as a camera on your live stream. It's absolutely incredible. And let's say that you wanted to add your cell phone audio. Well, you click the plus, and you go to audio input capture, click OK, and then you go ahead and select your iPhone microphone right there, and bada bing, we've got our iPhone microphone in here. So we've added an iPhone camera and an iPhone microphone in 2 seconds. So if you don't have a fancy camera like I do and you just want to use your iPhone, you can literally start this in 2 seconds. When you want to go live, since we already connected everything, we can just go down here and click Go Live, and it's going to bring up a new broadcast of information that we can set up here, what we want our privacy to be, whether it's a new broadcast, what we want the title of our broadcast to be, what we want the category of our live stream to be. And this is going to be the same for any platform you choose, whether it's YouTube or Twitch or anything else. And like I said, you do have the ability to live stream to multiple locations at the same time. Once you set all of this up, you could take a photo or select a photo for your thumbnail. Then you just click Go Live, and you're ready to go live. It even has the ability to select your latency and all that kind of stuff. It's really pretty awesome. You can actually go into your output setting guide right here. It'll give you a little more information on everything. You can go live with your cell phone on Mac for Prism Live Studio in a couple of seconds, and even have alerts and everything else. It's absolutely incredible. I'm so excited that it's finally released. And if you guys want me to go deeper into all the things that you can do with Prism Live Studio for Mac, well, you should definitely let me know in the comments, especially if you don't have experience with OBS or you've never messed around with Prism Live Studio. Well, let me know in the comments. I'll do a deeper video. I'll show you how to create a stream that's whatever you guys want. All you have to do is bleep bloop it down there in the comments. I think it was totally worth the wait. It has everything we expect from Prism Live Studio on the PC and more. If you want to see how the mobile version of Prism Live Studio works, you should definitely check this video out. And a big thanks to Prism Live Studio for sponsoring this video. I couldn't possibly do any of this without them or you. So thanks. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks to help make you a better live streamer or YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. My name is Michael Feyrer Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.